Monty?
Steve, what do you think of what Gary came off the bench and gave you guys tonight?
He was amazing. Gary was one of the keys to the game, just his activity level, his defense, obviously, working kind of underneath the basket, freeing himself up for some layups, and then obviously knocked down the three that was kind of the killer shot. So Gary was tremendous.
Was what he did and kind of at times in the fourth, what you guys did, like kind of how it needs to operate around Jimmy? It seemed like some of the stuff you're talking about was working off what Jimmy was doing.
Yeah, Jimmy's one of the best ISO players in the league, so one of the things we work on all the time is our spacing around Jimmy when that ISO happens, and Gary's got a great feel for working the dunker spot, working behind the play, creating these openings. He did it at least twice in the first half, got behind the defense for a layup. JK found him on one of them, and then, he's got a great feel. I always say he's a power forward in a point guard's body. It makes him very unique. But his speed and quickness in the dunker spot is tough for people to handle, but also just his feel down there to create the openings.
How's Jimmy doing after that fall? He obviously stayed in the game, kept playing, but how's he doing?
I'm sure he'll be sore tomorrow, but I asked him when it happened, I said, what hurts? And he said, everything. And I said, me too, but I'm 60, so I'm supposed to be hurting. But no, he was incredible the way he took over the game. I thought we got a lot of great performances. The key was taking care of the ball, just allowing ourselves to to control the game or keep it under control, not let it get away from us. And so even when they took the lead, we weren't really making mistakes, and we gave ourselves a chance for Jimmy to take over and, guys to make big shots.
Steve, you praised Jimmy repeatedly for making the right basketball play, no matter what's kind of happening. When Steph's out like he is, you almost have to tell him, hey, be more aggressive. We need you to assert yourself, especially offensively, because we need you to show more force.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy doesn't necessarily want to shoot the ball. He really prefers just making the right basketball play. He reminds me so much of Andre Iguodala in that regard. He's very principled in his approach to basketball. He wants everybody to play the right way. He wants to make the right pass. But there are times, and tonight was one of them, where we just need him to take over and to attack and look to score. And he did that tonight. 14 free throws and 10 assists. I mean, we ran everything through him, and he delivered. But that's to be expected. He's a superstar for a reason.
You played a few small lineups with JK at center. What did you make of those experiments?
Well, Trace was out tonight with the knee issue, so before the game we went through the possible matchups and decided that Jimmy and JK could be a good combo at the 4 and the 5, and kind of trading off on who they were guarding depending on what was happening out there. So they did a good job together.
What did you think of how he looked in his first game after a couple weeks off?
JK, thought he looked good. Obviously, he hit 2 big threes for us in the second half. His wind and his burst will come back. He's a little rusty, but I thought he looked good for his first game back.
Steve, obviously a cold night shooting the ball from three-point range, especially early on. But did you like the shots that you guys took, and what's key to generating good shots from three-point range without Steph right now?
Yeah, I liked a lot of the shots. I mean, they just weren't going in. For the first half, I think we were 2 for 21 or something. But again, if you take care of the ball and you get shots on goal, it just sets the game up. Your transition defense is better. It gives you a chance to get offensive boards. So the game, it didn't feel that rhythmic, but it felt clean. That we weren't turning it over, making mistakes, and that's important. The shots will start going in. I mean, we got a really good shooting team, so those numbers will come around.
What'd you make of Brandon's game, particularly his second half?
I thought Brandon, this was one of his best games of the season, just the ball movement, the decision-making, no turnovers, 6 assists, all-around game from Brandon. And that's the guy we know. That's the best version of him is nights like tonight and, catch and shoot when he's open. I love that he took 9 threes. He's been passing them up this year and pump faking and driving into the paint. We want him to let it fly. And it's better for our offense, for our rhythm, for our crashing, getting offensive boards, all that. So really good game from him. Thanks.
The other night, how do you feel coming off a game like this where the offense was still a little bit stagnant, but you do win, holding the team under 100?
Yeah, I thought our defense was really good tonight. You play good defense and take care of the ball, you give yourself a chance to win. And we defended well all night. We didn't give up many transition opportunities, which helps you defend. So, yeah, it was a better effort from everybody tonight.
Closing 5, I think, went on a 9-0 run in crunch time. What was the key in that stretch?
We got stops. I think we created maybe 2 or 3 turnovers during that stretch. And then we just got the ball to Jimmy. And he made plays. BP made a couple plays down the stretch as well. But most importantly, we just got the ball to Jimmy. And then, he surveyed and made all the right plays.
Draymond, it looked like Jimmy and Gary kind of found something in that second quarter there and carried into the second half. What did those two guys do to impact this game?
Well, Jimmy obviously draws a lot of attention when he's driving to the rim. And Gary was able to find all the open spots in their defense. He was great cutting, rebounding the basketball, which was incredible. But, he did a great job of playing behind the defense. And Jimmy's always looking for the open man. If you're open, he's going to throw that pass every time. And G was open, and he found him probably like 4 or 5 times he found him on the cut.
Draymond, you know full well what Jimmy can do, especially offensively. Without Steph, do you guys need him to impose a little bit more on that level like we saw at the end of the game?
Yeah, definitely. Without Steph. But he was also, we were trying to get him to attack that way to the beginning, and he just kept telling us, they're loading up. So, we need to create some other movement because they're just loading, And once everybody else started moving around him, then it opened gaps, and he was able to do what he did. So, we definitely, when Steph's not out there, we definitely need him to be more aggressive, and he was tonight.
You mentioned BP making some big plays down the stretch. He's had a kind of rocky start to the season. What was he sort of doing in the second half to get that rhythm?
He was aggressive. We always talk to him about just being aggressive. It's when you're timid that you make the mistakes, and he was extremely aggressive in that second half. And even when he wasn't scoring, it created for other guys because of the aggressiveness that he was playing with, So he played a really good floor game for us tonight.
Draymond, you guys outscored them in the paint, obviously on a night where you're pretty cold from three-point range. What's the key to the balance of getting to the paint and still finding good three-point shots even without Steph right now?
Well, the best three-point shots are when you do touch the paint and then you're kicking out. That's one thing Coach Izzo used to always talk to us about is inside-out threes is the best threes to take. And so even if you're shooting the ball great, that's usually a product of you getting to the paint a lot, And so first half we were just kind of around the perimeter, and we never got to the paint, and it was hard to create offense. Second half, we moved the ball a lot and then attacked, and we were able to get to the paint, and it broke their defense down a bit more for us.
Draymond, how much did you appreciate the love for Kevon Looney? And I think you were one of the ones, were you watching the tribute video? And just how special was that tonight for him to be back?
Yeah, I was in the back, and then I heard them starting the video, so I ran out to watch it. Very special. For Luna to be back here, after 10 years with this organization. We've felt his absence this year in the locker room more than anything. He played such a vital role in the pulse of the team, in the fabric of the team. He was one of the biggest components to that, and so we felt his absence, and to see him come back here and get the love that he deserved. It's special, for his teammates to see the love that he has here. It means a lot. I got a defensive foul trying to box him out. I'm pissed off. But it was great to, just for him to be celebrated. Oftentimes when he was here, he wasn't always celebrated for the work that he did. And not for any reason other than, there's only so much celebration going to go around. Steph gets a lot of celebration, over the years. Clay gets a ton of celebration. And so not for any other, not that no one appreciates him. That's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. He does a ton of things that don't show up in the stat sheet. And, just to see him receive that love and know, I'm sure he knew what the love was, but it's always different when you get a chance to feel that and, feel the love from anywhere. And happy he got was well received the way he should have been.
Without Steph for however long, how much do you guys need to change the offense and run kind of, I guess, less of the motion stuff and more of the, stationary ISO stuff?
Yeah, we definitely caught a lot more plays tonight, which will be the way it's going to be without Steph. It's a lot less random because you just got to get dominoes to fall a different way to start the action, and so we need to be more structured. We need to move the ball faster. And when you got an advantage, you got to keep that advantage, So I think that'll be our goal. I thought, overall we did a pretty decent job of it tonight. We just didn't make shots.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Are they really? Are they really?
Gary, what was sort of working tonight for you offense?
My bad.
What was sort of working for you offensively, especially in that fourth quarter where you guys made that run?
You said in fourth?
Yeah.
Just doing what we was doing all day, game, stay in space, get the ball to Jimmy, let him work, operate, and just play off Jimmy. Cut when he drives, play behind the defense, and just try to get easy ones.
It seems like recently you've had a good offensive rhythm. Is there anything you feel you've been doing differently that's sort of sparked that?
No, just playing behind the defense, being an outlet, and just making layups.
What would you like about the energy you guys showed in this game, and just a lot of different guys? Brandin leading the way. Steve called that one of his best games. Just everybody doing their part without Steph in the lineup.
Yeah, it was, without Steph, when the ball can't stick, can't play one-on-one, and just move the ball, play for each other, and play through each other. And, good things happen when the ball doesn't stick. We move, we cut, we make defense scramble, and that's what happens when we play the right way.
And how did Jonathan seem? He'd been out for 7 games and back and seemed to make some energetic plays right away.
Absolutely, JK, get his rhythm back and everything. So, he came in and did what he's supposed to do. Brandin had a great game, like you said, swinging the ball, moving the ball. He did a bunch of everything today. So, it's good to see without, Wardell. But, Jimmy and Dre, as usual, stepped in and carried us and led us.
You hold New Orleans as a collective to 37% shooting. What stuck out to you about your team defense tonight?
Just having each other's back, getting back to trusting, our back line and being in the gaps and getting out the shooters and making them put it on the ground and, and just multiple efforts and keep it to one-shot possessions.
Yeah. And was there any conversation? You guys were 2 for 22 on three-pointers in the first half. Was there any talk about that on halftime and you guys came out and started hitting them?
Oh, no, they just weren't dropping. We had good looks, but we just basically said just get one more, from good to great. In second half we did that, but he hit a couple to get us going. And from there, we got stops and ran out.
Gary, the love for Loon tonight. I mean, how much did you appreciate seeing that? He does so many things under the radar. And wasn't the star of this team, but did so many things over 10 years here that meant so much.
Yeah, and Loon is heart and soul of this team for 10 years. The Bay loves him. It's where he where he started, and where he helped, bring three. I think Loon's got three championships. So the city knows, the community knows what Loon is. Loon means to this city and this town. Just to give him his flowers back is what he deserves, and best of luck for Loon and the rest of the way. ASU.
Ooh, tough game.
Go Beavs.
You had a late foul in the fourth.
Yeah, I know.
And then you still ran away with the ball and kind of gave yourself a backboard alley-oop. Was that just a burst of energy you were looking to get out there towards the end? Or
Well,
did you
yeah, it was going to be fun, and then it wasn't. But you think it was a steal? Oh, my
Sure.
God. All right.
Yeah.
Come on. All right.
Definitely.
Yeah, but no, it was just try to make an energetic play at the end. I thought I had it, but, they called it, so it is what it is. Oh, you guys are great. Hey, back there, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Ladies, I see y'all back there. What y'all doing back? Y'all ain't got no questions? Okay, come on. I'm 6'2". Yeah, I'm 6'2". We make it work. It don't matter. We make it work. It's the size of the heart that matter. You know that. Happy holidays, ladies. Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay. In a big blanket. Oh, at Bishop Spot. Yeah. We was there on Sunday. Where was you? Oh, okay. You could have just said what up. Come say what up. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, no worries. Good to see y'all. Happy holidays, ladies. You guys are great.
How different does the offense kind of need to be without Steph for however long you don't have?
It's just going to look a little different. We got to create advantages a different way. We're accustomed to playing 4-on-3 a lot of times when he's out there. And teams are just going to start switching, 1 through 5. So we just got to create pockets of space in different ways.
Steve said this is one of your best games of the season. Draymond said you're playing pretty aggressive. What was sort of working for you tonight, especially in the second half?
Just try to find my teammates, get them into a rhythm, see some shots go in for them. Just playing assertive, aggressive, trying to win the game.
What got going offensively in the second half for you?
We played a little bit faster, got some easy ones in transition. We got Jimmy a couple mismatches where they had to send two to the ball, swing, got some open shots. They were switching, the pocket was open, hit that a couple times. So I think we just found different ways or different pockets of space to exploit, and, the shots are eventually going to fall.
Steve mentioned that he likes when you're shooting off the catch and, keeping the offense in rhythm that way. Just how comfortable are you with your catch and shoot jumper right now?
I always feel confident in it. I think I did okay with it tonight.
Brandon, what do you like about what Gary brings when the moment he steps onto the court and just on both ends, high flying, playing bigger than his size? One of these ladies just asked him how tall he was because, he plays so much above the rim.
Yeah, I think the thing about Gary is he plays with joy, and he understands his elite skills and what he's really good at, and he just does a great job out there of maximizing those skills, and you see it in games like tonight. I know he had career high rebounds, but just other facets of the game that, he doesn't need the ball to impact winning, and you need players on a team like that.
How good was it to see Kevon Looney get his due in the tribute video and all the love?
It was amazing. I would like to see him start. That would have been pretty cool, but they did a great job. Obviously, 10 years, 3 championships. Not a lot of people can say they did that. So to see Loon, get that tribute video was pretty cool.
You called him the king of Milwaukee in that tribute video. What did he sort of mean to you growing up in Milwaukee?
Yeah, I mean, he's the standard. He's the motto, which you want to follow. Professional, college athlete, high school. He was dominant in all 3 phases and obviously 3 championships. So, everybody that has aspirations to make it from Milwaukee knows Kevon Looney.
You mentioned with Gary how he plays with joy. What's the key to you playing with joy?
Impact and winning, losing myself in the game.
Was tonight more of what you were looking for defensively than it's a little better?
Yeah. I think we just made the game incredibly simple on both sides of the floor. Moved the ball on offense, didn't turn the ball over, got back, loaded, rebounded the basketball pretty well. So it was a good game overall for us.
It looked like you and Gary had a pretty good chemistry thing going.
Gary's he's hella smart. Gets the ball where the ball needs to go. Guards at a high level, rebounds the basketball, and just plays the right way. When he's open, he shoots the ball. When he's not, he passes it. I think we all can learn a lot from him.
How did you like Brandon's playmaking and just smart play on
Easy.
both ends today?
Easy. Make the game easy. Open, shoot it, not pass it, attack. I think that's what that's the formula for everybody around here. To be successful, keep the game easy, especially when 30's not out there. You got to play damn near perfect. And, like I always say, if you open, shoot it. If not, the easy play is to pass it.
Jimmy, you've said repeatedly, you've got to defend, make the right basketball play. But having said that, without Steph, somebody's got to do some more offensively. Do you feel like you've got to be that guy in the moment sometimes when he's not there?
Sometimes, but I'm still going to play basketball the right way. If you're open, I'm going to pass you the ball. I don't care what anybody says. That's the basketball play. And I expect the person that's open to shoot it or create something else for somebody else because that's the basketball play. As long as we don't turn the ball over and get shots on goal, I think we're fine. Obviously, we want 30 back, but we want 30 to be back in the right way, completely healthy, so we take it a day at a time.
You've been pretty much allergic to turnovers most of your career. Have you gotten used to the Warriors' way?
No. The turnovers belong to Steph and Dre. They get to have as many turnovers as humanly possible, and for everybody else, we just cannot turn the ball over. It's just the way that it is, and I believe that is fair because the world isn't fair, so they get to turn the ball over. I'm fine with that. We don't care, buddy. You should never worry about turnover. You shouldn't dribble.
Is it when you watch film? We're watching it. Some of the stuff looks like that's crazy. Do you feel that way too, or does it make more sense?
What part of it?
Just like the turnovers. Some of the turnovers, they just feel so.
I mean, honestly, I would say I'll own 3 or 4 of their turnovers because they're trying to throw the ball over the top to me. And I always say if I get my hand on the basketball, I should always catch it. So I guess it's us 3 with those turnovers. And sometimes those do look crazy because now somebody's leaking out on the other side of the ball. But is it crazy? Is it crazy whenever Steph's shooting the ball from half? Yeah. So it's only right that the crazy goes both ways.
How painful was that fall?
It's all good, We'll be all right. Got a lot of cushioning back there.
What was it? More hip or it looked like elbow?
Straight ass. That's what it was.
You feel good that you'll play Tuesday?
I don't know. You like that one, Dre? We gonna see. I hope so. I wanna hoop, man. I love going out there competing with these guys. And I think we got a special team, so let's go out there and show that we can do something special come Tuesday.
Steve thought you were hurting all over. That's how he put it to us. Yeah.
I am. I was. I'm gonna be fine. That's what we got 2 days to recover, get back into it. Go play some dominoes with Dre right now. Get my mental back right, and then start to take care of this body come tomorrow.
It feels like you consciously did not put your hand down. Is that when you're falling from that?
I've done that before, and I've had to have surgery on my wrist. You take that fall the best way that you can. I was hoping not to take a fall like that, but we'll be right. I'm fine. Thanks for caring, Nick.
Thank you.
Buddy, thank you so much for joining me. Big win.
Thank you.
Being able to pull out a win against the Pelicans, who fought really hard, kept it really close. How are you guys able to keep your standard of excellence, particularly in that second half? When you struggled in the first half offensively, you were able to get the ball hopping in that second. What happened?
I just think we got to be able to be looser, relax. The ball got to pop a little bit, like you said, and I think that when we see some looks go down and Jimmy get us going on, Dre passing the ball, being a playmaker, BP slow and find his groove, and once we're able to settle down and make shots, I think that we gain more confidence, and Jimmy's able to control the game with him just foul baiting and getting to the line and making plays for us.
I don't know if Jimmy's going to like you saying that, but But thinking about that offense, right? Jimmy gets in the post. He's able to maneuver off of that. You guys are cutting in,
Right.
being able to move around him. How much work does it take for you guys to be able to know when to cut, making sure that you're spacing well and not cutting on top of each other?
You know, this last couple of weeks, last couple of days we had in practice was really good for us. But Jimmy's always good, you know, and I think Gary was a big part of that, working behind the dunker and getting some easy ones. And we've been talking about that in practice, working behind the dunker. And Jimmy does a great job of passing the basketball. He's a great connector. He connects the game. He does it his way, and we just out there trying to follow his lead. And whenever the time comes to our hand, make the next, either shoot it or make the next play. And we've been doing a great job doing that.
I love that you brought up Gary, season high in points, season high in rebounds as well. Really set the tone for what you guys wanted to do offensively. How much does Gary kind of set the tone for the guys on the bench, knowing what to do when they come in the back of the game?
You know, it's always next man up mentality. You know, Steph is out. You know, we got to figure out how we can get those points back for Steph. But also, no, we can't be Steph. But we just got to figure out how to connect the game in our way. Some nights it's going to be Gary night. It's going to be my night, JK. We just got to figure out how to, put it together. And only thing matters is getting a W. So we have to go out there, sacrifice, and play for each other and enjoy each other's success.
Well, congrats on the W tonight. You guys even out your homestand 2-2. Got some big competitors coming in. What would you want to see?
One Tuesday. Big one Tuesday.
Big one Tuesday.
Yeah, hopefully we can get that one too and get on the road. We have and keep building. And all we do is keep building, even with the staff or without staff. Just keep building, trust each other, and play for each other, and sacrifice and enjoy each other's success on the court. And I think that some good things happens.
Good things happen, and we enjoy the success on the floor as well. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Of course.